first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number. 26.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
A touch of time and critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Maybe just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mon. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Lions come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Those defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here we go. Here we go.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Aaron Jones, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Rashawn Gary, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
Here we go, set.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Hey, blue. 6, mega. Strike, check, strike, white. Hey.
Bond looks to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They get guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
On second down, it's Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And just like he did, almost winning the Heisman in Michigan, rookie Aiden Hutchinson blows up the play. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Bond going to throw it. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On second down, Swift. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the fourth quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Then into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, the way things have been going to this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game, and what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it. No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, green. Red, cycle.
Here's Mon. That's going to be caught by Coulter.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Second and 10.
Hey, Brad.
Back to throw again. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Black open. Quad red. Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
And they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it, they'll throw in the football, and hope to have success through the air.
Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Mond out of the shotgun.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic in how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Let's go. Blue striker. Yellow. Black shot. Ultra. Hey, check nigga.
Here's Mond. They're going for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 25 on second down, Rodgers. He completes this to Sutton.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
He's got a man, and Sutton, that's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And inside give to Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get over to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Ready, ready. 6, 7.
On 2nd and 1, Mon. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Right, white. 52 blaster. Real green. Cut.
On 1st down, here's Mon. Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Watch out, Mark. 52. Yellow blue. Red, cycle. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. Rolling to his left.
He gets this to Coulter complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
on any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Striker, 3, steal, black.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. So after the INT, it's Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up second and 4.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Hey, 620, jump out!
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. On the return is Cohen. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
From the 45 on second down, Mond goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now Mond. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Devondre, now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mond. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack, but for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Up the middle, Jones. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
On the double.
From the gun, here's Mond. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Flag 2. Hey, don't beat me. Yellow, go. 6, 7.
3rd down from the gun, it's Mond. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Mond to the air on 1st and 10. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Bond going to throw it. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Mon. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Complete to DJ Shark. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 28-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mon. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
You block over here.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go,
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Rodgers throwing here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Green Bay, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.